Hey, this is Pops, and I want to talk about Phantom Road. It's a brand new comic that over on Image. And again, remember at Image Comics, you can catch a lot of their number ones for free. So make sure you head over there. This is a story by JEFF LEMIRE and Gabriel Hernandez Walta. I'm not familiar with each one, but it was something very interesting about this that kind of caught my eye. And it was about a long distance truck driver. And he's trying to stay, not getting caught up in his tragic memories and that kind of thing. He runs across this person in the middle of this horrible accident, and there's this piece of metal, this wreckage or whatever, which turns out to be some type of artifact maybe. And when they touch it or mess with it, they're kind of sucked into this world. And then we end up in like supernatural alien meets horror. And it is sort of a very just something different. I just thought, well, let me just throw it out there. So this is what the art is. So for those of you that are really art first, I want to make sure I started with that. But it starts off with like a little clever tease of what's going to happen. And this is Dom banging on his truck. He's trying to get back in, right? Then as he's driving, he comes across, holy crap, these people are just like in the road. He has to, swerve and dodge and dip and that kind of thing. And there's a body on the ground. And they don't give you a whole lot at first. I will say that I loved the movement of some of the panels. There was really a great job with handling that. That's not always done well in modern comics, but this one was. As he comes out, he's searching the scene. He sees the dead body first, and of course he walks around and he finds this person. And they point to this thing in the middle of the road, and they're like, well, what is this thing? I don't know what this thing is. Like, it is very interesting that we don't have to have a lot of discussion about it. I do like the fact that she's just as scared and interested as he is in some ways. And then when he touches it, that's when things sort of explode for us. We go on our trip. And then later, of course, all heck is breaking loose. She's terrified. She's, out of her mind, freaking out. And you see her, running back to the semi. Again, I wanted you to take note of the art, because if you were very 90s art driven, or you're a big fan of like, capes and tights, then I'm not sure Phantom Road is for you. But if you like something that's a lot more visceral and a lot more grounded, this might be. This is another look of one of the other images they did of Birdie. That's her name. I didn't know her name at first. So I don't want to get into the spoilers for Phantom Road, because I think if it's something that looks like it could remotely be interesting to you, then I'd like you to be able to try to get to the, I don't want to say twists and spoilers, because this is a really great setup book for a story. This is a story that could get really, really good and interesting. Obviously, I think we're in an age where Image may be one of the few companies, besides like Boom Studios, and then maybe just the indie circuit, of course, where experimentation is actually happening. And JEFF LEMIRE's story, with very little is sort of explained in this. This is a great sort of like a hook number one. Like it's designed to take a character, you show a little bit about him. He's broken, he's a mess, he's got all this stuff he's dealing from his past, and really recent past as well. Not like it's, archaic past, it's also recent past. You have this other interesting character. We don't know much about her. We just know what she's gone through, some sort of tragic accident. And then there's whatever they encounter, which I don't want to spoil too much. It's on the cover of the book, but it's really very nondescript. And that's part of what drew me in. Like, what am I looking at here? Am I looking at aliens, monsters, creatures, those kinds of things? Of course, there's blood on the crowbar, which it is part of the story. A lot of the action and stuff, some of that kind of stuff, is sort of like off panel. It's more like you see the result of where we end up, and then it's like, oh, you got to stay for more to find out more, which I don't think was the worst approach to having a new comic book series. When I looked it up, I was a little disappointed of them trying to throw so many terms together, like grindhouse, horror, supernatural, fantasy. Like I thought that was that's a lot of adjectives, a lot of different genres all thrown and mashed up. I'm not sure this actually can accomplish that, but I thought it was an interesting thing to kind of throw out there for you guys. Maybe if you've seen it or not seen it, it's a brand new comic over at Image. Anyway, that's my take on it for now. I'm going to try to see if I can kind of keep up with it a little bit. And, keep you posted. But I thought I'd find something new to kind of throw out into the mix, as well as some of the newer, older stuff that I've been talking about. So you guys take care. I'm Pops.